There we go. Alright. Hi, you guys. So I'm doing this live, so you're going to have to just bear with me as I have pauses that I don't edit out, and occasionally I'm going to say, and I'm going to look over here and be like, oh, you totally messed that up. That's just going to happen because this is live. Anyway, I'm here today because I wanted to talk about something specific that changed my life last year. So starting about a year and a half ago, I got laid off from a job that I had worked really hard to get. I'd wanted to work in the trans community for so long, and I had finally reached a job where I was giving back to the community. I worked there for 3 years. I did some of the most incredible work that I've ever done in my life. And then we got a big round of funding cuts, and some positions had to be cut, and one of those was mine. And I found myself in this position where I was 28, and every time I went to a new organization, I had to start over at the bottom. Every time. This was because I didn't have a college degree, so every organization I went to started at the bottom and worked my way up. And I was tired of working my way up. I was tired of constantly having to reset my career every time I changed jobs. So because of this, I talked to Morgan, my wife, and we decided it was time that I go back to school. I started over the summer at a community college, and in last fall, I went full-time, and it was amazing. It's so different to be back at school now, where I've sort of figured out who I am and how I move through the world, than it was 10 years ago when I was just figuring that out. 10 years ago, I dropped out of school. I dropped out of school because of my transition. My parents cut me off. Faculty, students, teachers, employers, everyone was horrible to me as I was going through this transition in the middle of Utah. I decided I needed to move to New York, and I could no longer afford to go to school anymore. So I dropped out, and that was one of the biggest regrets that I have. And I'm a person that I don't like having regrets. So I always wanted to go back. I always wanted to go back, and here I was starting to go back, and I'm starting to plan. I'm looking out to, fall 2014, spring 2016, and saying I want to be at a 4-year university by then. I started pricing out different institutions, and I realized very quickly that there is no way that I can afford this. There is no way I can afford these prices. I'm going to have to take out tons of student loan, and at 30, I'm going to have less time to pay it back. I'm gonna leave in 2 years with over $100,000 in debt, and that's crazy to take on that amount of responsibility right now. It was this huge barrier. And so I start looking around and seeing what sort of funding opportunities are available, and I go online and I search for LGBT scholarships. And one of the first places that comes up is the Point Foundation. And you can find them too. It's the Point Foundation, or it's just pointfoundation.com or .org. Man, I'm the worst. All right, www.pointfoundation.org. They specifically do LGBT scholarships. So last November, around this exact time, I applied for a scholarship. I went through a 6-month interview process, and I was one of 24 Point Foundation scholars last year. I cannot believe, A, that I got there, but B, this is the whole reason I'm able to go where I'm going right now. It's the whole reason that I'm able to be at Mills College, which I love. I wouldn't be able to do this without the support that I get from the Point Foundation. And it's an ongoing, every year scholarship until I graduate. It's amazing. It's huge, and it is such a need for so many people. So I wanted to get on here, and I wanted to let you guys know Point Foundation scholarships right now are open. So you can apply right now. The deadline, it's coming up in December to be done, or to finish your initial application. But if you are trans, if you are LGBT, and you are going to school, if you're thinking about going to school, if you're struggling financially with what that means, Point Foundation applications are open right now. Please go there. Please apply. If I can make it in there, if I can get a point scholarship, you can do it too. It's not that I deserve it more than anyone else. Everyone deserves this. This is something that everyone should get. I know not everyone's going to get it, but people do. So I just wanted to get on here and say, like, look, this is something that changed my life. It's something that's helping me get in a position where I can make a bigger change in the world. And I want to encourage more people to take those same steps. So anyway, that's what I had to say. I hope that you apply, and I don't normally use my channel as a plug for different things, but this one actually changed my life personally, and so I wanted to come on and let you guys know. Apply. Do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.